Welcome to the Bluecircle. For those of you who are new with us today, Bluecircle is the world's first sector-specific networking app for business leaders that's built in India. We currently focus on 20 sector communities such as e-mobility, renewable energy, IT, healthcare, and many more. We also present socio-economic insights, which ultimately determine the evolving complexion of the market. You will be happy to know that we have recently launched the first version of the Bluecircle app for leaders. I'm pleased to introduce today's keynote speaker, Mr. Vikas Goyal, co-founder eSports Exo. Vikas is a serial entrepreneur with over 12 plus years of experience in media buying, digital marketing, and business strategy. Vikas, with his partners Utsav and Rohit, founded eSports Exo in 2020. eSports Exo is the biggest community of games, professional esports players, tournament organizers, and esports fans. eSports Exo builds a SaaS platform connecting brands and gamers by making it easy to organize esports tournaments. Mr. Goyal discussing gaming as a metaverse is the new social media network. I request Mr. Goyal to please begin the session. Thank you.
So, Gotham has actually given a lot of introduction about esports. So I'll start with my introduction first. Gotham has rightly said that we're one of the biggest community in India, which has a lot of gamers, a lot of content creators, and a lot of game publishers as well. Now, since we talk to a lot of game publishers and tournament publishers. So much of my life, has been spent in Delhi. I did my schooling in Delhi, and I did not actually have the early access to internet and computers. Only in 1997, 98, I actually first saw internet and actual computer through a cyber cafe in Delhi. And the first website that I actually opened on internet was Yahoo and made an email ID. And although that ID still doesn't exist, so I use G Suite and Gmail. But much of my internet life actually started post 1999 when we started browsing internet to the nearest cafe. I've started 3 companies. This is the third company that I've started, and I am a very active networker on LinkedIn, online marketing as well. So this is how I talk to people that I meet physically and online, and I network with them. So which is where my gaming and avatar journey started. So I'll name myself Vinashik PG, which is very destructive, and I chose this name just to get an insight view of this. So much of my presentation is actually research that I'm trying to do for myself or my company, where I'm trying to understand how to use metaverse in this gaming as a metaverse for an actual growth in the future. What are the things that eSports Exo can do with this? So my observation actually starts from early 2000s, when I actually first got a computer in my college days, and we can surf anything. Although the internet speeds were very bad, I studied BBA in Dehradun. The kind of internet they had was very, very, very slow. What they essentially were trying to create is they were trying to create a lot of content, put it there on the website for people to read. So that is one of the things which I would understand as Web 1.0, when people could actually come up to the website, type in your URL, come to the website and read the information that you had to say. But if you see the last 4 or 5 years, 6 years, there's a lot of companies, people want privacy, they don't want to share the data, they think that if all these tech giants, that they're top 10 companies in the world are controlling the internet. Companies like YouTube, Telegram, TikTok, Chingari, all these people are buying these content by either having a creator program or by monetize or by trying to get those streaming gamers or musicians get online and trying to engage with its users. So I think this is a big change in the way that internet has existed before. There is a separate new social media giant which is emerging, which is gaming, wherein my motivation to join the game was to make money out of this by controlling and creating those virtual rooms. Basis your performance as a content producer or a person who's actively networking, you will gain likes, dislikes, or social reach and whatever on social media channels out here. The amount of hours that you put into gaming, you will earn rewards, or you will get ranked, and people will try to compete with it, you and network with it. You build your own groups in social media out here, you build your own clans. People in the gaming industry, they like to be called as clans, and they make the small social groups. This gaming itself, I would like to understand, is a metaverse in itself, because you have your own digital existence. You can trade, you have fans who can chat on your content, you have fans who will now can buy your NFTs, which is non-fungible tokens or digital assets. Which is why I will take an example how Team Exo started and what is the relevance. So first of all, let me explain it to you. Team Exo is, so there is a game called BGMI, which is an Indian version of PUBG in India because it got banned last year. So this is an experiment that we started in 2021, wherein we wanted to have a competitive roster, competitive team which can give us easy access to the community. And we picked up 5 boys in the team who were playing competitive gaming in early July. And these were not very famous, not a typical professional gaming player, but they were emerging stars. I heard their stories. If you see on the left-hand side, Sensi is the present captain, which is called IGL, in-game leader in gaming. And he's the one we contacted. And this guy comes from a very remote location in Almora. And he was playing PUBG with his friends. It got banned, so he had nowhere to go. He started playing on a different server using a VPN. And he was practicing, and when the game was launched again, he started very actively looking for channels to showcase his skills. So that's when he found it. By then they had figured out that this is one of the things that they can do professionally and make money out of this. So our team, when they found out that these guys were practicing a tier 2 contest in tier 1, they wanted to play in tier 1 in lobbies. We tried getting them the slots in the domestic and international competitions, and let me tell you this, these guys have been phenomenal in the run. And when we found them, we agreed to pay them a salary of 20k per person, and today these guys are making over 350k on an average salary. So I've seen that transition from 6 months from 20k to 350k. This has grown a lot. I will take this opportunity to also explain you why Esports XO is trying to understand how this new social media is emerging, how we can use it to our own benefit. So there are many gaps that we identified during this whole journey of 2 long years, and we've identified that community is a big element for this whole thing, and wherein these people are not only communicating virtually but they're also communicating physically. So we got them in physical space. They're also constantly looking for ways to sponsor their devices, the softwares, and all the possible resources to make games better. And not all of them are actually making money. We've heard the names of Cariminatis or the Souls or the Immortals, but these are only 1% of the total Indian gaming community which is actually trying to make money and make a career path. So Esports XO has actually trying to bet on the future by building the tech structure wherein eventually all the physical assets that we're building now will eventually be a metaverse. So we are also trying to define their journeys. So not all of the players will end up becoming professional. Some of them will try to get in the back end, they'll become engineers, will start coding, make better games or better production assets, or they become technicians, shoutouts, with so many other creative stuff that we can do. So these are all the things that I want to talk about. Thank you so much for being such a patient listener.